Hello everybody, LPGrodus here with another weekly update. And as you can see now, the lighting is much better, and that's because I have my lamps on full power now, which I did not have the first episode, because I'm an idiot, that's why. So, what have happened this week, or the week before rather, because this is Monday the 20th of January 2014. So, most of Castlevania Symphony of the Night actually recorded. Well, maybe not most of it, but a lot of it. I'm closer to the finish line than the actual beginning now. And I've had a few co-commentations on that Let's Plays as well. Some people who have not been co-commentators before on my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. At least as of yet. I think I might have one or two more co-commentators. It all depends really what I feel like and whatnot, but yeah, a few people which I have not co-commentated with before, at least not on my channel in that regard as co-commentations. One of them I've actually done, actually two of them I've done video projects with, aside from regular co-commentations. But yeah. And those people you saw in A Link to the Past doing the co-commentation there, they won't be featured in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, so it's not the same people. Not saying that those who were co-commentations on A Link to the Past aren't good enough for it, because they truly are. It's just that they were on A Link to the Past, so it wasn't all that too long ago. For example, one that it wasn't on A Link to the Past, which was supposed to be, but since I recorded essentially the entirety of that Let's Play in one weekend, he did not join there, and he is actually in Castlevania Symphony of the Night instead. Other than that, another one of my Let's Plays, planned Let's Plays for 2014, is fully recorded, as of yet at the very least. And why I say that is because it might be longer depending on the viewers actually. But that won't be decided until the actual finale of the Let's Play itself is uploaded and whatnot, and have gone live. But the entirety of the Let's Play, as what I want to do in it, for my personal reasons, or to say to the least, that is already done recorded. And I only have the final left to edit. Also have deleted scenes from it. One thing in that game took me quite a lot of time, and still I don't do the intended way to take it, because not only is it too time consuming on my part, it's actually a lot harder, in my opinion of course. And maybe it's truly easier, I don't really know about that. I did try it, but removed it from the actual episode itself because it took way too long time, and I failed way too many times. So yeah, I have a deleted scenes episode of that instead. So yeah, that is almost done, which means I only have, after Castlevania Symphony of the Night is done recorded, I only have 4 Let's Plays left to actually record, which is planned for 2014 of course. And a week from now, the new Let's Play, the new main Let's Play I should say, after Symphonia 2, Dawn of the New World, will be uploaded. Around the same time as Symphonia 2 actually. I think it will be uploaded around the same time at the very least. So, technically a week and about 4 hours from when this is recorded. But yeah, look forward to that. Actually a new genre of games that I have yet to cover on my channel. It's a genre that I actually do like, but it's not going too well in modern days. It's actually most indies that does it nowadays. The genre I mean. But then again, they can afford to have the most innovation, unlike the bigger gaming companies, which actually has to take it easy for the most parts. But yeah, that's pretty besides the point. Also, one thing I forgot to mention in the first episode is some of my plans of my own channel this year, which is also one of the reasons why I had a few Let's Plays planned all together. I actually have a few goals. If they will be met or not, I have no idea. I definitely think they can be met, but not without hard work. So it's not an easy goal I set for myself. But for the time being, my current goal is 500 subscribers, and we all know that I will do Let's Play of Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation when I reach 500. And after that, I'm actually trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this year. Now, it will definitely be hard, and it's not for certain that it will be met, but it's actually a goal I have. But for now it's 500, and of course I will have a special on 750 as well. But I have not yet decided on that and what it will be as of yet. But as we all know, 500 Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, definitely hoping I will reach that before the summer. But we shall see. A few of the games I have planned, they will definitely help along the way, that's for sure. For example, Wily Wars did really well, and like I said last time, or at least I think I said last time, I wasn't completely happy with the Let's Play myself. But looking at it, it's actually been popular by you guys. A lot of people have been watching that and enjoying it, so it's a win-win in the end anyway. For both parties, both for me and for you guys. And since you did enjoy it after all. And it took a positive outcome for me, which I did not expect really. But yeah. Also, I streamed some Mega Man 8 last week. Actually beat it for the first time. I streamed it in 2 sessions. The first one I took care of the 4 Robot Masters, streamed for about an hour I think. And the last stream was for 2 hours I believe. But yeah, I did finish the game by then. Took care of all the 4 remaining Robot Masters and all the 4 Wily stages. To be honest, I would say that Mega Man 8 was pretty weak of a Mega Man game. It's definitely one of the weaker ones, if you ask me. The only one I would say is worse than 8 would be 6, in my opinion at the very least. But it was fun nonetheless. It's just it had too many bad things with it as well. For example, the snowboarding sections in Frostman stage and the Wily stage 1. The one in Wily stage 1 was just plain horrible. Almost rage quit on that one. Almost rage quit. But I did indeed beat it, so. But it will definitely not be the last time I will play Mega Man 8. I need to do some more practice on it before I actually let's play the game. Other than that, I am pretty much ready up to Mega Man 5 to record. I still have some practicing to do on Mega Man 6. In fact, last time I played this game, I actually took care of the 4 Robot Masters, so essentially it's just the last stages that I have to practice a bit more on that. And since 6 was never released in Europe, it's not a childhood game, so I'm not as good at that as the rest of the Mega Man games. Then again, it was only 3 years ago, I think, where I actually managed to beat Mega Man 3 from start to finish. And I last played the 3rd game last year, so I always had problems with the Master Robots after you beat the Robot Masters, or the Clone Robots rather. It's Needles Man's stage. For the longest time I couldn't get past the Rush Yet section on that stage for some reason. It's not very hard when you're good at it, but at that time I could not just do it. It was way too hard for me then. But yeah, that is a few games I've finished lately. Actually, before recording the first weekly update, I did finish A Link Between Worlds. I just forgot to mention that. Very mediocre game in my opinion. It's fun to play, but as a Zelda game in general, It felt very weak. And one of its strongest points is also the weakest points, because, I wouldn't really call this a spoiler, but you can pretty much choose whichever dungeon you want to go in pretty much any order, for the most part. So this also means that you will need certain items to complete certain dungeons, but for the most part in this case you don't get any dungeon items, so they have another system so that you can get all of the items, which also means you can get them fairly early in the game, which kinda kills it for me, at the very least. And the fact that about every dungeon is marked out on the map is kinda boring as well. And not much has changed from A Link to the Past in general, so it's trying to be a Link to the Past way too much, in my opinion. Some of the dungeons, most of the dungeons were at the same locations. Some was taken away. Actually only one was taken away and one new was added at the cost of the one removed. And two of them actually switched places with each other. Other than that, it was essentially the same. And of course the design was different. Most of the bosses was the same as well, with a few minor differences. The new dungeon, for example, had a new boss, and one of the old dungeons had a new boss, which was pretty fun. It's not that the boss fights itself were boring, just that it was the same boss from the previous game, so of course with a few changes, but still a very mediocre game in my opinion. But I know that some of my friends liked it, and that is okay. If people like A Link to the Past, I did not, and that's always how it's going to be. Some will like some game and others will not like it. Kinda like with Sonic the Lost Worlds, I suppose. Some really like it and others dislike it. I only watched a stream of it, and the game itself looked pretty broken still, even after fixes and whatnot. I have not seen it before the fixes, but as of yet it looks pretty broken and very gimmicky, and it looks a lot too much like Super Mario Galaxy in my opinion. So it's definitely not a game I would buy for myself, that's for sure. Since I said last week school had started, I actually had a few of the math classes yet so far, and as of yet it's really easy. But then again, last time I took this course, which was last semester, I actually failed math last semester, which is why I'm redoing it. But it's definitely a lot more easier this summer on, since I took the class last year, or last semester rather. So it's actually, I have a little bit more of knowledge of it as of now. So it's actually a bit easier for me to remember how to actually solve the things. Still had some problems with some slight issues with algebra, but it's not too hard really. I have a bigger problem with the diversion, or whatever it's called in English. Not that it's that hard really, it's just that I have a hard time with it. So I definitely need to practice that a little bit more actually. At least when it comes to the later sections in the course itself. But yeah. Also, not sure if you in America have seen it in the news yet, or if you will ever see it, because I'm supposed to not so big news to you over there. I saw it in the Swedish papers today actually, and my friend Didrik, actually, that's Captain Psychopath, he linked it yesterday on Facebook. The thing is, I don't know what the town or city he's living in is called, but last Saturday a house there actually caught on fire, and because of heavy winds and apparently incompetent firemen workers, the fire managed to spread quite far. I'll see if I can manage to link the article about it, but it's in Norwegian, so might be pretty hard for you to read, but I don't know what was the problem for the fireman. I don't think it's completely the reason because of they were incompetent or something. I think there's something else to it as well. But yeah, many of the houses actually burned down in his town. Luckily his house did not catch on fire because his grandpa actually stayed up last night and helped putting out the fire. So that's a real hero for you guys. Didrik's grandpa, that is. It's also mentioned in the article, and I'm sure Google Translate can translate most of it, but I'm pretty sure grammar will be pretty awkward and wrong. But all it should be understandable for most parts, at least I think so. Then again, Norwegian is not too hard for me to understand. So this also means that there might be a while before Didrik will upload another episode of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and we can't record it for a while due to the fact that all this fire and whatnot. And he actually had to evacuate, so I can't see how we would be able to record it anyway. But I hope his neighborhood and whatnot and the city itself does not start on fire again. That would not be good at all. And I'm happy to hear that he's okay as well. And glad to hear that he managed to evacuate and whatnot. I was actually in a Skype call with him when the fire and that started in a house further down his street. But I'll make sure to actually link the article in the description. So I think that is all of importance of this week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Actually, no, wait. When it comes to streams, actually, for those who are interested, by the way, it's Grodus on twitch.tv. But anyway, when it comes to stream, would you rather see me play games I have not played yet and actually go from start to finish and beating them? Or would you rather see me play games I've already beaten before and actually know my way around for the most parts? If not all the parts and whatnot. Or do you want me to mix it up for those who are interested and actually do follow my streams? And like I said last week, I intend to try to make them weekly, so the streams that is. And so far I managed to do it. I've been streaming at least once for 2 weeks now. So that's pretty damn good. But who knows? One missed stream can easily turn to me stop streaming for a while. It have happened before after all, so. But yeah, that is everything. So I hope you guys will have a wonderful week. The coming week, that is. And I will be seeing you on the weekly update for the next week. So, this has been LPGrodus saying stay froggy everyone, and I hope to see you next time. See you then!